Hello, welcome or welcome back, depending on if you're new here. Today, I'm going on a little urban sketching adventure in Central Park, and it's been a few months since I filmed myself on an urban sketching day, so I figured I would take you along with me. Weekends that aren't raining are some of the busiest times to be in Central Park, as I'm sure you can imagine, and this was a Saturday morning on a warm and humid but not terrible day, so the park was packed. And I also seemed to have arrived right as a race was ending, so it was even busier than normal. Not that I wasn't sort of expecting this, but that's just what happens on a Saturday morning. The boathouse area is a very popular spot for tourists and people having photo shoots, so it took me a little bit to figure out a spot that I wanted to sit in, but I found this really nice rock in the shade by the water that looks out over Bow Bridge, and just sort of took that spot for myself to camp out for a little while. If you've never been to Central Park, there's all sorts of different types of landscapes to explore because it's huge, but this area features a lake and lots of bridges. The water is kind of gross looking, but there are a ton of turtles swimming around, and in nice weather you can take a rowboat out on the lake, which a lot of people do. This bridge I'm drawing here is Bow Bridge. It's considered one of the most romantic places in the park, and on a bright summer day like today, I saw, I think 3 or maybe even 4 couples get engaged in the 2.5 hours that I was sitting on the rock drawing, which is fun. Lots of people propose on the bridge, some people propose while on the rowboats, or like sitting in one of the areas that open out onto the water, which is just a really happy thing to witness. They all seemed to have gone well based on the surrounding applause and clapping that happened, but you never know, I guess. My original plan was to sketch and draw the ink layer, then take a break to walk around a little bit while the ink dried, and then go back to that spot and paint everything. But it was just a little too hot and humid for me to want to sit there for that long, so I decided to do the painting layer for this one at home. And if you have any good tips for staying cool on an urban sketching trip on a hot day, please let me know, because while I was sitting there, I was a little worried I was gonna ruin my paper with sunscreen residue, and it was just really hot, and I had my water, but I don't know. If you have any tips, put them in the comments, please. Anyway, I will stop talking now and pop back in at the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more from me. If you are also an urban sketcher, let me know in the comments what your last urban sketching adventure was. I would love to hear about it. All of the art supplies I've used are linked in the description below in case you want to check any of them out. And here is the final spread. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.